I'm Dean Odle, and I approve this message.
All right, hey everybody, we have tried this evening. This is October 25th, 24th? October 25th, this evening, Tuesday evening, we tried to broadcast live. We tried to do our Wake, Alabama podcast live, but we could not after multiple tries with Facebook and even with Rumble. It would not play, so what we're doing is record a video. We're going to get it up as soon as we can. So when you're seeing this, it'll be probably a day later. But just wanted to give an update on the campaign, where we are. Folks, we're 2 weeks away, and we're not going to quit. We're not slowing down. We're going to make a full push with everything we have for the next 2 weeks. What we need our volunteers. Get on the website and get your signs. We're going to get signs to people. We need to get in this. We'll have Bill Kane's phone number put up, and Bill Kane, we'll put it at the bottom here. You'll see it, should see it. But Bill Kane, contact him. What we're going to try to do with our volunteers over the next 2 weeks, some people have had some great ideas to take some of our signs, and we're going to make some signs that are about 2 by 3, pretty good size. Now, like this right here, this is our yard sign. I mean, you could use this, but you know, we're going to get some signs out there. And then we got a little different design we're going to use, but you could use a yard sign if you don't have one. But we're going to get, we're getting some signs made now that are bigger, and we're going to get people to go out to main highway thoroughfares, intersections all over the state, and hold those up like during morning rush hour, during evening rush hour, and also on election day as much as possible during the week leading up to November 8th. We're going to get people out. We're going to get some big signs out, but we get people out at near the polling places. I know in Alabama there's a law you got to stay at least 30 feet away from the polling place. 30 feet's not much. So you can be near the polling place with signs on the street where people are coming in to go vote, especially in high traffic areas. I know, for instance, like in Auburn, there's a couple places in Auburn that are just so busy there with the people coming in to vote. You can stand right there where they turn into the hotel where they're going to vote there in Auburn on College and hold up signs. So we need people in Auburn. We need people in Montgomery, Birmingham, Albertville, Gunnersville, Fort Payne, Florence, Muscle Shoals area, Tuscaloosa, Mobile, Baldwin County. We need people everywhere to do that. So if you want to volunteer for that, you want to help out, we found out we're going to get a lot of exposure if we get we have over 300 volunteers. If we just get, half of you, 150 of you out there on the streets and the highways and around the polling places with the signs, write in Dean Odle for governor, the only true Republican still in the race, it will have an impact. And also, so you know, we're going to take the rest of the money we have in the campaign. We're going to use it for these signs and for radio advertising. We can't afford to do the TV because the money just didn't come in. So we're going to do radio. I've made a new radio spot. We're going to be putting that on radio stations all over the state. In fact, I'll be talking to all the radio stations that we want it on tomorrow. We'll have it on radio stations in Dothan and Mobile and Enterprise and Montgomery and Birmingham and Huntsville, all over. But we're going to do our final 2-week push for the write-in campaign. So please get involved. And also, if you can donate to the campaign, please donate. Every bit helps. You'll help us get more ads on the radio. And the radio ad's going to be pretty powerful, pretty strong. I've already made it, and it's going to hit hard where it needs to hit. So, but I want everybody to know this about my day-to-day, and this is very important, and I'm going to read some stuff to you, because my day started today with a phone call from a gentleman down in the Baldwin County area. His wife went to the Baldwin County courthouse, the main courthouse there in Baldwin County, to do early voting. And she was not allowed to bring her cell phone into the place, into the courthouse, so she could take a photo of her and her ballot, because we're doing that. And in case you don't know what we're doing, I'll repeat it, but we are going to get everybody, we're asking everybody who writes in Dean Odle for governor to take a selfie of them with their ballot. Now, the Alabama state law says you can do this, and we're going to read it in a second, and you can go to the website. You'll be able to go to our Facebook page, and you'll find it. I posted it today, actually, on Dino for Governor Facebook page. I posted the Alabama statute, the law that says you are allowed to photograph yourself and your ballot in the polling area as long as you don't photograph anyone else. So don't photograph anybody else, because that is a misdemeanor. That is a crime. So you cannot photograph anybody else, but you can photograph yourself with your ballot, and make sure you get it close enough where you see your face and that you wrote in Dino for Governor, and then you're going to text that to the number, and we're going to put that up for you right now. We're going to put up the instructions and the phone number, 1-888-565-ODAL, and we're going to, that'll be on the screen. It'll give you the numbers as well. But we want you to text those in on November 8th. You can't text them in before November 8th. So if you do early vote or mail-in vote, you have to do that where you take a picture of your selfie and just hang on to it until November 8th and then send that in to us. Now today, of course, like I said, I got the phone call from the gentleman whose wife was not allowed to take her phone in to the courthouse where she was going to vote. Well, that is a violation of state law. That's I don't know who down there, whether it be the judge or whatever, but the Baldwin County Courthouse is violating the law. You are allowed to do this. So if and I was told there was another place, somebody messaged me today, and I can't remember now, that there was another place they were told they couldn't bring in their phone to do photographs. This is a lie. And I'm going to read the Alabama statute here, and I'll give you the number as well. So let me pull it up here. This is posted at the Alabama Secretary of State. This is sos.alabama.gov, and this is in the question and answer page. And this is what it says on the Alabama Secretary of State's website concerning taking photographs or video inside my polling place. And the question, can I take photographs or videotape inside my polling place? Each voter has a right to cast a ballot in secrecy and in private. The U.S. Department of Justice has advised, not a law, they've advised that photography or videotaping inside a polling place does not serve any useful purpose and may instead actually intimidate voters who are exercising their right to vote. However, voters are permitted to take a picture of or with their ballot, as long as they do not disclose the content of any other voter's ballot or disrupt the voting process. That's on the page of the Secretary of State. Now, here's the Alabama law. It is section 17-9-50.1, photographing or revealing contents of another voter's ballot. A, at any polling place in any state, county, or municipal election, an individual may not do either of the following. Now get this, it says take a photograph of a ballot other than the individual's own ballot. So do you hear that? You are only forbidden to take pictures of someone else's ballot. You can of your own. And then it says reveal another voter's ballot in any manner that would disclose its contents to anyone other than the individual lawfully assessing the voter. It says any individual who violates subsection A upon conviction shall be guilty of a Class A misdemeanor. Notice it, and then the C portion of this, the final paragraph of the statute says, this section does not prohibit a voter from making available a photograph of the voter's own ballot by posting the photograph on the internet or in some other electronic medium, or any retransmittable of the photograph does not constitute a violation of this section. So the Alabama law is very clear. You can take a picture in your polling place of you and your ballot. You cannot take a picture of anyone else's ballot. So that's the law. So anybody, I don't care if they're a judge, a probate clerk, any election official, any poll worker, if they tell you that you cannot bring your phone in and so you can take a photograph, they are lying to you, and you need to take this statute with you when you go vote, especially if you know you have a place that has a sign that says no phones or cameras, no photography. If you see that, that is a violation of your rights according to Alabama law. And so let's exercise our rights here. Also, so Today, when I did text Mr. John Merrill, the Secretary of State of Alabama, about this, and I'm going to read some of this here. Let me pull up the text here. And I'll say this. I appreciate a thing that John Merrill does. John Merrill has been true to his word about giving his cell phone number and answering. And when I have called him or texted him, he has answered me in the same day. So the man does keep his word about that. I wish he would take it a little further in some other areas. But here's my text. I'll give it to you. This is what I text John Merrill today. I said, "Hey John, this is Dean Odle. As I'm sure you know, we have instructed those who write in my name for governor to send us a selfie of them and their ballot as a way to verify the vote count." I said, "This is legal according to your website and Alabama law." I said, "I just received a phone call from a voter in Baldwin County who was not allowed to take her phone or take a photo with her ballot today. She was early voting at the main Baldwin County courthouse." I said, "That was a violation of the election law of Alabama. Here's both the question answered by your website and the law written in section 17-9-50.1 of the Alabama Code." I said, "Are we," I asked, "going to have to deal with judges and poll workers not following the law?" He texted me back and he said, "No. You need to tell anyone that has a concern or an issue to contact me on my cell phone," and he gave his cell phone number at 334-328-2787. That's 334-328-2787. So if anybody gives you a hassle about taking your phone or camera in so you can photograph yourself and your ballot, you need to call John Merrill on the spot. He said you can call the office, but I wouldn't bother calling the office. I would call John Merrill's cell phone, leave a message. And he said, "What is the status of the person that attempted to do this earlier?" So I said, told him, and then I sent him a screenshot of the text I got back from her and her husband, and she said this: "Like anybody would know to do that when they are standing literally at the courthouse door reading a sign stuck to the door. The very first thing the officer said to me as I went to the metal detector was, 'Do you have a cell phone?' After I had gone back to my car to leave it there." My wife, and her husband goes saying, "My wife texted me this response. She makes a good point. Instead of having to inform voters of the issue of how to complain to John Merrill's office, the courthouse simply needs to modify their policy to allow people to bring their phones into the courthouse and just restrict them from the courtrooms. Early voting is done in the circuit clerk office, not in the courtroom, so it should be a non-issue." I said, "I agree." I sent that on to John Merrill. He gave me I said this was the response from the lady and her husband who was not allowed to take her phone in to vote in the Baldwin County. He said, "Thanks for letting me know." So that was the end of that. So, but it is legal. And like I said, I told everybody before, I've looked up the statute, and but now you have it. We've posted it. Like I said, Dean Odle for Governor Facebook page. It's posted there. It's been shared, goodness, probably 80 times. Please share this with other voters. Again, like I said, we're going to post this to the website, the Dean Odle for Governor website as well. But we need this. We need the final push, you guys, to go out and share this. I just did a new video as well. This video is just a part of it. The first part of it's a part of our economic and energy plan, talking about the new hydroelectric technology we want to put on Alabama rivers. And then, of course, goes into the need to write in my name for governor of Alabama, because Kay Ivey's not a conservative, and it's just the way it is. And we really can't afford 4 more years of her nonsense. So just wanted to share that, give you an update about what's going on. Let's do this selfie ballot election integrity test. Let's do it with everything we can. Let's get the next 2 weeks, get out our brochures, share everything you can in social media, not just Facebook, but everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Getter, Telegram, everywhere you can. Share the new videos. Share. I'm going to be putting out a new video tomorrow, and the next day we're going to have some new videos out. So let's share it. Let's get the word out. Let's not give up, folks. You know, here's the thing. I believe firmly. We do everything that we can do. The rest we put in God's hands. But we don't sit back and not finish strong. So we're going to finish strong. And we're going to make sure they know we were here, and they're going to hear some. They're going to see. I'm going to tell you, I firmly believe that they are not happy about having to confront this issue that we're confronting now. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I just want to, like I said, give you guys an update. Hopefully, we'll be able to live stream to Facebook in the next few days. I don't know if it's because we're getting close to the election and they're just trying to censor me. I couldn't advertise on Facebook leading up to May 24th. Steve Marshall, Attorney General Steve Marshall here in Alabama, put on Facebook, on his Facebook, if you were censored during the 2022 election, or you feel like big tech censored you, fill out this paper, this complaint, and send it in. Well, I did. I ain't heard a peep from them. That's been months ago. But I was clearly the most censored candidate during the primary process by the Alabama press, by Facebook, by YouTube. For sure, they terminated my channel. And now we're just being, there's just constant technological hindrances to things. Like I said, we broadcast to Facebook and to Rumble just Sunday morning, and it's Tuesday, and now all of a sudden, knowing that we're going to talk about the campaign and our last 2 weeks push to November 8th, and here we can't even broadcast live to Facebook or to Rumble, which is blowing my mind that we couldn't broadcast to Rumble. Folks, free speech, they only censor those that are a threat to their lives and to their agenda, to the evil agenda, the cabal. So the most censored candidate in the history of Alabama politics is me, and it's not even close. So help us get the word out and go vote. And remember, those write-in votes have to be kicked out of the machine and hand counted later. So it's important to do the write-in, and you got to fill in the bubble. Make sure you fill in the bubble and write in my name. You have to do both of those things or it's not going to work. So fill in the bubble, write in my name, Dean Odle, in the governor's section, and then take a selfie of you and your ballot and send it to the number that's going to be on your screen here, and they're going to show it to you. And let's shake the establishment here in Alabama. God bless.